Hey folks, Mike with Chasing Trail here. I am out at our local OHV Park, Shasta Chappie, with the infamous TrailBlogger on his Grizzly 700. If you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, please do. He's actually a legitimate YouTuber with a real channel, unlike my amateur hour shit here. And also my buddy 7 Card, who is on his brand new KTM 350 EXC-F. We are currently headed up to Trail 1. This is the road that you come in on to go down to the OHV staging area. And this will be my first time really taking this thing off-road on anything more than a gravel road. Well, it's definitely a big bike, and it feels like it, but it is comfortable. That's why we gotta be careful. There's a lot of side-by-sides out here today. No surprise, it's the Saturday after Thanksgiving. Well, I gotta say, this thing is handling this stuff really well. It is a big bike and it feels like it. Duh. I'm the king of the most obvious statements. I can already tell you though, if I'm going to be riding out here more often, I'm not going to want to do it on this bike, just because it is just a big heavy bike, capable for sure, but I don't know how much fun I would be having on a consistent basis on a bike this size. That's kind of going to depend on how often my buddies are going to want to go ride. It's looking like we got some people that want to get into it, so if it's going to become a more regular event, I'm going to get the right tool for the job. I also have the opportunity right now to buy a very nice lightweight dual sport. I'll just say that it's European for a price that I really can't refuse from a good friend. It's very much the friend price, so whatever loss I would take on selling this would be made up for by what he would sell me that bike for. So we'll see what happens. Alright, we are going to post up here just for a minute, check in with everyone. Doing good?
Yeah.
Look at that pretty new bike there.
Yeah, I like it.
It's very clean.
Yeah.
We'll fix that. For the most part, I can just leave this thing in second. Second's plenty tall enough for the speeds I want to go, and it will lug down and not feel like it's going to stall. No problem either. Very rarely have I had to stay in first. So even here I'm kind of just barely crawling along in second, but it feels fine. It's getting bumpy. Yeah, ADV bike definitely fits the bill for this kind of terrain. I mean, it could do the black, I know this bike could do the black diamonds out here, not with me on it. A weekend warrior who does not ride very often in the dirt anymore. Trying to go just fast enough that I'm not slowing anybody down. without exceeding my own very limited skill set. One thing I like about this 901 is the motor. It is both fun and practical. Fun because the power really doesn't come on until the mid-range. It's pretty soft on the bottom, but it gets really nice and punchy in the mid-range. But the benefit of that, at least for my riding style, is that when I want to go slow through this stuff and just kind of plod along, it's very easy for me to do at that low RPM. And there's 7 card. He didn't get run over. So here, when I just want to kind of just be putting, that it'll just lug along at very low RPM, no problem. And then when you want to get the stink on it, you just pack a dip and twist the grip. And here we are, the lookout. All right, onward. Oh, thank goodness this thing stays in the mode you put it in. I was worried it was going to default back to street mode. It is chilly in the shade here. You're missing out, Dave. You could have been out here. You should have. Should have just abandoned your guests and come out and ridden with the boys. Trail's getting a little gnarlier. Woo! Pretty bumpy and getting cold. Fortunately, I've got heated grips if I can get them turned on. Medium, there we go. The luxuries of an ADV bike. Having to pick my line through here a little bit. I've also pretty much been staying in first gear. This is definitely a little more technical. We're climbing. Oh, little log. Whew. A little dodgy. We made it. This is about as much as I'd want to tackle on the big girl. Oh, it's getting a little sketchy for me. Whew. Line choice is definitely becoming more important on this trail. Last time I was up here, there was a big ass boulder right along here somewhere. Looks like they got rid of it. Okay, we made it. Mammoth Butte. Whew! And just a little farther up that way is Behemotash Campground. Mammoth Butte, 4,200 feet. There's Mount Shasta. It looks small on the camera, but it's very prominent in the horizon. TrailBlogger getting his dank thumbnail. Alright. Alright, we just hit, it's called Mammoth Butte Summit. Now we are headed back down the hill. Whoa! That got sketchy. Yep, if I'm coming out here with any regularity, I'm not going to want to do it on this thing. It'll do it, but it's a lot. It's a big old bitch. That's a huge bitch.
What do you say we go somewhere else?
That's a huge bitch.
Loving these heated grips right now, I'll tell you that. Definitely going to be careful on all these blind turns. Already got caught off guard by one side-by-side a few minutes ago. Fortunately, he wasn't going that fast. It's been a beautiful day to be out riding. Sunny, mid-60s. Summer's here and miserable, but this is late November. We still got days like this. I am thankful for that. And for having homies to ride with. Yeah, there's a lot of dust.